Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to talk about something pretty wild. Imagine a country that just disappears from the map for over 100 years, but its spirit, it stays alive in one incredible city. Yep, we're diving into the story of Poland and its royal heart, Kraków.
So where does a country's story even start? Really begin? For Poland, it all kicked off with one huge decision, a choice that would literally define its path for the next 1,000 years and set the stage for Kraków, a city that is, as you'll see, just beautiful and unbelievably tough.
All right, let's get into it. We're heading back in time, way back, over 1,000 years ago. We're going to meet a ruler who made one move that changed everything for his people and put them right on the European stage. So this ruler, Mieszko I, decides to bring Christianity to Poland. And look, this wasn't just about faith. It was a brilliant political play. Think about it. By doing this, he plugs Poland right into the most powerful network in Europe at the time. All of a sudden, they've got powerful friends, they're part of the club, and bam, he's just laid the groundwork for a kingdom that's going to stick around for a very long time.
Okay, look at this timeline. This isn't just a list of dates, right? It's like a whole movie plot. You've got the epic beginning, the crowning of a king, and then boom, disaster. The country is literally wiped off the map by its neighbors, gone, for 123 years. And then the comeback story. It's incredible. It really tells you everything you need to know about a national spirit that just refuses to quit. And this quote from Rick Steves just nails it. Poland's been particularly hard hit. That's putting it mildly. But the key thing to get here is that this story isn't just about hardship. It's about an unbelievable toughness, a spirit that says we will exist no matter what, even when, you literally don't have a country on the map.
All right, so we've got the big picture of Poland. Now let's zoom in. We're going to focus on the city that was the absolute center of it all during its best years, the amazing city of Kraków.
So what does it mean to be the capital? Well, for centuries, Kraków was the place. This is where you came to be crowned king. This is where you were buried. If a big decision was being made, it was happening right here. For a long, long time, Kraków wasn't just a city. It was the center of the entire Polish world. And right at the heart of the city, you've got Wawel Hill. Now, to understand how important this is, just picture the White House and Westminster Abbey all smushed together into one spot. That's Wawel. You've got the castle, where the kings ran the country, and literally right next door, the cathedral where they were crowned and later buried. It was the ultimate symbol of power, faith, and Polish identity. And the rest of the city, it was just buzzing with that same energy. We're talking about a major hub for trade, for culture, for learning. It had one of Europe's biggest medieval market squares, still there today, this absolutely gorgeous church, St. Mary's, and even one of the oldest universities in this part of the world. It was all happening in Kraków.
The city's motto basically means Kraków, the most magnificent city. And you know what? They weren't kidding. It really lived up to the hype, especially thanks to one of its greatest kings, a guy named Kazimierz the Great.
Yeah, there's this old saying about him. He found a Poland made of wood and left a Poland made of brick and stone. And sure, he built a lot of stuff. But his real legacy, it was something even stronger. At a time when Jewish people were being persecuted all over Europe, he welcomed them to Poland. He created a safe place, building a society that was tolerant and diverse. And that decision, it shaped and enriched Poland for hundreds of years. But, of course, things change. History marches on. The capital eventually moves to Warsaw. And then, the 20th century arrives, bringing with it Poland's and Krakow's darkest chapter, World War II. And this is where the story takes a really strange, tragic twist. Look at this comparison. Warsaw, the new capital, was just annihilated. The Nazis flattened it, almost completely destroyed. But Kraków, the historic royal capital, it was miraculously spared. Its beautiful old buildings survived the war pretty much intact. It's a bizarre twist of fate that means we can still see this incredible city today.
But just because the buildings survived doesn't mean the city was safe. Far from it. Kraków actually became the headquarters for the Nazi occupation of Poland, a really horrific time for the people living there. And it was an especially dark period for the city's huge Jewish community, who had built a vibrant life for centuries in a district called Kazimierz.
You have to understand, for hundreds of years, Kazimierz was this incredible, thriving center of Jewish life. Before the war, about a quarter of everyone living in Kraków was Jewish.
Just think about that. The Holocaust just devastated this community. We're talking less than 10% survived. Today, when you walk through Casimirs, you can feel that history. It's a powerful, quiet reminder of a whole world that was almost completely wiped out. But that's not where the story ends, because Krakow's story is ultimately about resilience and rebirth. So let's fast forward and see the amazing, vibrant city it is today.
And today, oh man, Krakow is just electric. It's Poland's cultural and intellectual heart. You've got this amazing energy where ancient history collides with college students and tourists from all over the world. It feels like every single cobblestone street is just buzzing with life. So what makes it so magical? Well, you've got the huge main market square, which is still the center of everything. There's this beautiful park called the Planty that circles the old town where the city walls used to be. You can see horse-drawn carriages clumping by while the traditional band plays. And then, just around the corner, you can duck into a medieval cellar that's been turned into a super cool jazz club. It's that mix of old and new that just makes the place so special. It has a super friendly vibe, too.
So what's the big takeaway here? I think Krakow's story shows us that history isn't just something in a textbook, right? It's all around us. The buildings and streets in our own towns, they have stories to tell too. So here's a little challenge for you. Next time you're out walking around, just look a little closer. You never know what epic story you might find hiding in plain sight.